that was on offense. This guy was their offensive coordinator. That means that leads me to believe that he's got it figured out. What I know about Liberty is they lost their running back who was they haven't back.
No,
sorry.
Andre Washington's back.
They have Andre Washington back. He was the definition of a workhorse last year.
Yeah.
He was their entire offense.
Yeah.
And they struggled to put points on the board.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because their defense was so good.
Yeah.
And how do y'all see their season playing out this year with a new coach, that running back? I believe they lost a lot on defense.
They did lose a lot defensively, and they lost their starting quarterback, but it worked out well because Stephen Greek's son, Daniel Greek, is going to be the starting quarterback. And he is a big kid. He's 6'5", 230.
Wow.
So he's got
coach's kid.
Yeah, another coach's kid.
Another coach's kid at quarterback. They're good.
And so with him, he's obviously going to know that system better than anybody else would at Liberty Christian coming in, just because he's been around it his whole life. And they have a bunch of guys back on the offensive line. And that's going to help, especially when you have a star running back like Andre Washington back. I don't know as much about what they have coming back defensively because I think it's a lot of new guys.
Right.
But if the offense is able to do anything remotely like what Prestonwood was able to do the last 9 years or so with Greek there, they're gonna have a pretty good team.
I think not taking anything away from the previous coaching staff, but when if I remember correctly, I think Coach Greek was a part of all but one of the state championships that Prestonwood has won.
They've won a few.
And I think his offense averaged,
close to 450 or
over 500.
That offense
I think he comes in when you have a coach like that's used to winning and I just think that offensively, I think they're going to take a natural step forward with him there.
Yeah.
It might take a year before you get.
Sure, I'm not,
But yeah, I mean that offense that Prestonwood had, and granted they had some dudes on that offense. I think I counted they had 6 guys that were going to D1 schools.
Wow.
Maybe.
Well, I think their offense is really going to have to do a lot more this year because obviously, like you mentioned, the defense is completely turned over. I mean, Grant Sawyer's not there anymore, and
I did say
Casey Howell. You've got a lot of studs that are they won a game 7-0 last year, and I think that the score came from the defense.
Yeah, I remember
they beat Salina 10-9.
Yeah, 10-9. So I mean, you look at that sort of thing. The offense is obviously going to have to step up, and you've got the coach that knows what he's doing on that side of the ball. So
he took his whole team to Camp Copus, and
they went back to that whole thing. Well, they
didn't
didn't do it last year. Their whole thing, or maybe it was the last couple of years, but definitely not last year. And I think that was the biggest thing was, hey, get back to I guess I don't remember the exact mantra, but get back to our roots and go back to what we're used to. And so they went back to the whole Camp Copus thing.
I think he's getting some buy-in early from the team and everybody behind that program.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, I think that wraps us up.
903. That's
season 2 of the Denko Gridiron Show. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you share out the episode, comment throughout the week. Any show ideas you have, anything we didn't answer today, we'll get back to you. Thanks so much for.
Remember, if we didn't talk about your school in depth today, it's okay. We don't hate your school. I'm not Greg Tepper from Dave Campbell's Texas Football. I love your school. Yeah. I'll talk about them next week.
I do want to throw one thing out real quick. Most people know, obviously, I took a step back in February, and I'm not full-time over at the Denton Record Chronicle.
It's all about Steve now.
No, it's not all about me.
Well, we had a giveaway set up to cue all this up, Steve. Steve forgot his giveaway, folks.
I did. Next time. The whole point of this conversation is to say, after, 21 years of doing this, being able to step aside and have somebody like Brady Keane come in. I know I'm getting a little sappy here right now. But Brady has been doing a phenomenal job.
Good job, Brady.
He
steps in. Glad to have you, man.
Yeah, steps in the situation where he's got to basically take the reins and roll with it. And I'm proud to be able to still keep covering high school sports this season for the Denton Record Chronicle. And Brady is just man, you're rolling, dude. So I'm proud pop over here, if I could possibly say that. But
it's good to still have you around here and see how you guys work. I mean, the average fan has no idea what you guys do. And I've been able to see it up front and close
It's a
here
lot
this
of work.
last year.
Adam can speak to that. It's a lot of work what we do. And it's not something that you just come in and do for a couple hours and then go home and sit by the pool all day. We've got to be plugged in, and Twitter's a large part of what we do, and relationships with the coaches are a large part of what we do. Brady had an uphill climb with going in and covering Geyer after Geyer's had their main workhorse as a reporter for all those years, and you've been doing a fantastic job. He's been building relationships with all the coaches in the area. I feel like everybody's getting to know him now, so it's it's good to see.
Brady's a stud, so I will say that.
Hey Brady, last year I jumped into this with no media experience, and Boedeker and I went around to all the coaches that we cover, and I remember like Todd Rogers sitting back. I think he had a toothpick in his mouth. He said, Now, what are y'all going to do again now? And I'm like, well, we're going to put the show on the internet. And
pretty decent impression.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I think we got some buy-in, and that was the body language.
Words, though.
Yeah, Rogers does use.
We had a lot of that body language, like, no, what about this? But we appreciate all the coaches' support of what we're doing, and the Denton Record Chronicle, and everything you guys do, man. I applaud you.
You guys did a great job last year. I can't wait to see what you guys pull out of your bag of tricks this year.
This guy's bag of tricks.
Yeah. Again, we want to thank everybody
the Cotton Bowl,
and remind you we are going to try to pull off a Cotton Bowl Prep Classic Friday night, September 7th, a little road trip and a little tailgate. We are looking for an RV and a driver. If anybody knows of an RV and a driver, we'll have some fun with that. So keep us in mind. With that, we're going to sign off. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock.